Hey guys and gals, we are finally going to get started on the Lion Knights Castle. This is by LEGO, set number 10305, and it contains over 4,500 bricks. And yes, it's been long overdue, but now I can finally get to this, and the set was provided to me by the LEGO Group as a token of appreciation for doing all those reviews. So now I get to do the fun stuff. Now I'm going to do things a little differently in this video here. So we get two manuals that are bound. We're going to take a quick look at the manuals and we're going to get started on the build here. Now I'm doing something a little different in recording. I noticed some of you have been saying how the buzzing's getting really bad in the camera, and I think it has something to do with some kind of grounding issue inside, but I'm not feeling comfortable taking that apart. So I'm recording on a separate device and we'll see how well it works. Okay. A long time ago, we're going to take a look at all these pictures in here. And this castle was released in 1978. So that castle is just about as old as I am, and that's yellow. And I only know a handful of people who actually have this castle. And this is like, I was like a newborn when that came out. So, and oh, and by the way, it is, I believe, January 9th. 2023 when I'm filming this first installment, so I'm starting doing dates and things. Okay, 1984, I had this castle right here. And it was a pretty fun build for its time. Fun to put together. And I probably had some smaller sets to go along with it. Like, I didn't have all these, you know. I have one here from 1988, 1987, 1992. 90s is when I was in my dark age, so I have no clue. No. And I have this one here, which is the Medieval Market Village 10093. And despite that this is an open back set, this is a really nice build. So if you find that, that's a good one. And I have the Fortrix by Nexo Knights, set number 7030317. And that bill was, wasn't worth mentioning there. So, LEGO basically sent this to us because of the 90 years of play, and yeah. So, let me get my phone out of the way. I'm using the phone for recording the audio, so I don't know which one is going to work the best. We'll find out, because I'm going to use this video as an experiment for it. And it looks like this one's got that raised base plate, which I wish they still made. So, here's the designers of the build. Spot the difference with the shields there. You know, I wish I can get that shield. So the designers are Michael Pisaki, Millen. I can't even pronounce these names. They got designer, graphic designer. I'll probably have their names in the description so I don't slaughter their names. Okay, so now we're getting ready to do the build. So manual 1 does bags 1 through 13, and manual 2 does bags 14 through 26. There's 26 bags. Unfortunately, the bags are not like 1, 2, 3. We could have 2 number 1s, 3 number 4s, and all that stuff. Okay. So it looks like bag number 1 does the accessories and all this stuff here. So we're building part of the castle. We won't see this manual for a while, but we'll take a look at this one here before we get to it. And of course, this one here does 14 through 26, like I said. So you build more minifigures in the other part of the castle. Okay. So obviously the manuals are in color. And let's get started. And yeah, I got to find a place to put the phone recorder at. So we do get a miscellaneous bag of plates. So I did not do the unbagging on this one here. And the reason being is it's such a large set, I'm not even going to mess with it. So what I plan on doing now is we're just going to dive right on in here and see how this works. All right. Now, let's set the phone recorder up here. And let's get started. I don't have a way to set everything up yet. I'm not really, kind of Well, despite this being a very nice set, I see a lot of brittle brown in there, and that's got me worried. If you're building this set and you treasure it, don't mess with the brittle brown. Just leave it built. Alright, so we got a lot of pieces and stuff. We got ourselves a cow, and this is in medium nougat. I have some other type of cows. Oh, his head moves up and down. Okay. May want to order a few more of those. Oh, he's got the spots for the horns too, so you can make a bull out of him. Okay. Okay, let's now dive in. Okay, so it's raining right now in California. It's where I'm at. It's very light rain. We haven't seen anything really hardcore coming down yet, so. And all right, I'm just seeing if this is going the right way. So now I finally can get to a set that I want to build. I'm sorry, Lego, but I was tired of those stinking Mario sets, and I need a palette cleanser. So this is my palette cleanser. This is to relieve my mind and stuff from the requireds. So we're just going to take our time here, and we're just going to build. So it looks like we're just building several series of minifigures. All right, I need to put the figure together right now. So I'm hoping this build is broken down in such a way that it's not boring at all. Oh, I remember using these for my old toilet bowls. Remember those? Those panners? There you go. So if you want to build those retro toilets that I've been building, there you go. There's one right there. And this set retails for $400. So what does $400 really get us here? You know, this is expensive, but I want to see exactly what we get. Is it a playable model and stuff like that? Does it have accessories? How many minifigures does it have? Minifigures cost anywhere between $2 to $4. Let's say an average of 3. And we gave this guy a pitchfork. Pretty cool, huh? Sounds like this camera's behaving. Okay, so about this camera, it's about 12, 13 years old. This is the original one I started, not the original I started with YouTube. I had one before that, but the quality of it was just horrific. So, and every time I would mess with it, like I would thunk the camera's housing, it would stop the buzzing noise. So I think there's some kind of ground issue. And it only happens if I'm zoomed out all the way. So I gotta really figure it out. Once I could find the literature, the service info for the camera, I could probably repair it. And maybe it's something simple as it seems like something like a grounding issue. And getting these horns are going to be a bit of a chore. I can't even grab that because my hands are too big. But I need to really read up on it before I dive in, because I was looking at new hand cams, because I have 2 cameras that I usually use. This is my favorite one because it's smaller. My professional camcorder, I have to have the camera about 3 feet away. There's no close-ups on it unless I use the zoom. It's not meant for doing these type of videos. And there's our little cow, or bull, whatever you want to call it. And that kind of thing, yeah. So I don't want to dive into something that I'm going to end up breaking, and then, well, that's in for the tutorials and reviews for a while. And the big camera, and 2, the bigger camera I have to unload every so often. So looks like we're building ourselves the wagon next. I don't know. So yeah, I'm really kind of excited about this set to get it done. And I have 5 more weeks left off before I have to do my work duties again. Isn't that cool? I've already burned 7 weeks of it doing mostly reviews. So you know, I'm gonna try to get this one done. And I'm gonna probably, in between build sessions on this, is do okay, I've only been recording for about 10 minutes. I'm going to do polybags and tutorials and stuff in between here. So don't think I'm just doing strictly reviews or anything like that. But I'm going to just do stuff in between there. Oh, I actually do have another copy of this castle, and sadly, the channel, my main channel, did not get the 2 million subs, so we could do a giveaway. So sadly, the castle's probably going to, I don't know, I may end up donating it. I don't know yet. Maybe give it to a kid who really wants to build the castle. I already have a few people who want it, that want to build it, but unfortunately don't live in the same area as I do. You know, because I don't want to just, I have another copy. I don't want to part it out. You know, that's just kind of wasteful, and I don't want to do that. Well, that's not a bad idea. You know, you can make a nice wine cellar with that idea right there. Pretty cool. Just gotta get a bunch of those. Make a wine tasting cellar. Lego's got all these cool parts now. We can do all kinds of stuff. Let's see what this says in here. Jan Finnegan contains a drink as potent as it could turn a beard white. So that's probably what that is. We're promoting alcohol, huh, Lego? Let's see here. Let me get this stuff closer here. So yeah, and I only had about 5 hours of sleep. Some nights I'll get 7 hours, some nights I'll get 5. My mind is still kind of set up to where it's work day. You know, that kind of thing. Alrighty. Where's this rain we're supposed to have, huh? It just lightly sprinkled and it's done? Is that the big storm? They said we're going to have the big storm of the century here. And where I'm at, it very rarely ever does just that. Unless you want to count the sunshine. Ooh, a downwards 1 by 1 by 1 by 1 angler plate that's in dark red. That's another color that's prone to break. So you get that color just for any kind of build. Just be careful with it. And I'm looking for a plate with holder. See, there goes that camera again. Yep, and if I tap it, sometimes it'll go away. Well, yeah, some people told me they cringe when they hear the audio quality on this. And, you know, hey, if somebody's willing to send me $1,500, I'll buy a brand new camera. But, you know, like I said, I'm not throwing away money right now on these videos here. Are just for fun. They're just for relax and build. These are not to be construed as professional Hollywood quality production videos. Well, these come in dark. These come in earth green. Well, I'm gonna have to scarf a few more of those. I can always use those. Make great, you know, for big leaf plants like ferns and stuff. All right. So this set so far has got some really good building parts for other builds. Am I going to part this out? Yes, I don't really keep sets around that much. I just like to build them. And, yeah. So I'm not sure how the audio quality is going to be on the phone. I think it's more bassy than the camera. So, you know, like I said, we're going to try both of them, and I'm going to try listening to both of these. I'm going to put both tracks on here. That's if I can download the file and put it on here. Right, so this is probably some kind of vendor's cart or something. I don't know what that is. See, it's starting to buzz. Thunk, 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 thunk. Maybe it doesn't do it. Yeah. Sometimes messing with the focus works. Or the... Yeah, well, I think it's something wrong. I think there's probably either it's a grounding issue or just a part that's loose, a leaky capacitor. It could be a number of things, you know. But if you're not comfortable with taking apart something, just don't do it, especially if you only got one. And until I can find the correct service literature for it, it's a Sony. I think it's a Sony CX110 that I've had. And it was a budget-in camera for its day, and now, like, I was looking for some decent 4K cameras, and I've been trying, but they're like decent ones are about $1,000, and I really don't want to cough that for cameras right now. All right, set that off to the side there. I want to spend money on parts, not tech right now. I've already just got my PC rebuilt. I rebuilt the whole thing and got the cooler working, and changed out all the fans and got it to run really cold. I'm not a big fan of LED lit fans and tubes and stuff. To me, I just want the computer to work. But at least it's there. And some news. I don't know if it's news for me anyways. I may end up planning out a vacation for the latter part of the year. Well, I don't know when. Probably, I don't know. I've been kind of thinking I'm tired of working. I'm tired of sitting around here, you know. And I'm like, I need to cool down. And I figure if a few of my buddies don't want to do anything, I'll just go alone and just be done with it. I'm like, I do need to get out of town. All right, and then there's some tiles that go on the front. There's some really good building ideas in these sets, you know, so don't get me wrong here. I'm a mock builder. I don't like building sets too much, but sometimes you can get some really good building ideas out of these sets here. Matter of fact, the phone recorder's still going. I think we found a winner. So expect this video to be an experiment. Don't worry, I proof all my videos before I publish them. And in addition, I'm going to be focusing on keeping these videos about an hour, no more than an hour and 20 minutes long. So I'm going to try to break the builds down maybe into 5 bags. That's a pretty cool little cart. And then I found out what that's for, is to put the bread in there. I like seeing Lego where they fix this stuff down. The reason being is I don't want to have that rolling off. So it snaps right in there. And then we have our leafy greens. We'll stick that in there. So it must be the cabbage or something. So I need to order a few more of those in that color. Okay, so now we got the little merchant's vegetable stand done. I don't know what it's called. And then we'll be building the wagon next. So yeah, I'm going to be indexing this video for if you want to jump to a section or something like that. So, or if you just want to sit back and listen to the whole thing. Yeah, I'll see if I can get me a stand or something for the iPhone. I've also been kind of playing around with the focus stuff on here, learning how to use the iPhone's camera. You know, I'm kind of thinking if I can get a tripod for it, I'd like to see if I can film a build using the iPhone, you know. And if it works really well, I may use the iPhone. Because, I mean, really on this camera that I'm using now, I don't use all the features. I just use the manual focus. I only use all the manual stuff. I don't use anything else. You know, I rarely ever use zoom on this one unless I need to get up close. Okay, I first thought these were seats. No, they use some of these flag pieces. Oh, these things over time will break. No matter what color they are. I've had red ones break. I've had blue clips on these brakes, so just be careful with them. Because I first thought these were seats, but no, they're not. So far, the build experience is good. You don't hear me complaining about anything. And I didn't see any stickers in this. And I've heard that there's no stickers in this set. So that's even better. Almost like a little minecart or something you'd haul logs in or something. Alrighty. So I would say that if this set's worth $400, I don't know yet. I haven't finished building it. All right. And somebody had said on my main channel, don't have I ever paid for any Lego sets? Yes, I do buy Lego sets from time to time. It just depends on the set that I'm interested in. So you want this thing here to be flush with the front. Okay. Alrighty. Got one wheel on there. We're going to hook it up to the bull or the cow. The cow's going to do all the work. Well, that's exactly what that cow does. So you take this piece out here and we set this in here like a little harness. It doesn't really flex or anything, but it works. It's level. And I forgot to put the little rooster piece in there. Well, that's not a rooster. That's just a little bird with a yellow beak. I may have to get a couple more of those in different colors, huh? All right. And that is it. So this is all the pieces that were remaining for bag 1. Okay, so let's move on to bag 2. We need to open this up here real quick. And is this perforated? It should be where I can open it up. Yes, it is. There we go. Pull it open right out of there. Take a look at those real quick. And we'll move that out of the way. Oh, there's some extra pieces here. And I don't have any containers around when I need them. Okay. Dark Azure 8x16 plate. Works good for water. Some 6x16 plates. We got some in vomit yellow or sand yellow and one in dark stone gray. These right here work good for making landscapes or damp sand for beach. So just imagine here, you got them like this, and here's the water right here. So that's pretty much what you do with those. And it says I need 2 of these out of the stack. Okay. So let's get bag 2 up here. Let me move all these out of the way so we don't mix things up. And my other Lego room right now is slowly coming together. And I just haven't really been focused too much on it because I really want to not do any chores while I'm off. I was really thinning it out when I was working. Now since I'm slowing down, I'm like, oh, it's going to be there. The mess ain't going anywhere. If it does, I'll be surprised. Okay. Now let's get going here. So if I knock into the camera, my apologies. Like I said, these are crude reviews. They're not meant to be perfect reviews. All right. So I don't know. See, there goes that thing in the camera again. So, and as far as for the iPhone is concerned, I got to figure out how to put that up somewhere. I don't have a place to hang it. Maybe I can make a hook or something hanging off my light or something, just so you can pick up the sound. And right now I'm looking for an angular plate. I hope there's not another bag number 2. All right. Well, what do we do when we can't find something? Oh, there it is. I was gonna say I was ready to get another bin here and start sorting. So I'm hoping this castle is broken down into modular form so we can just, do it as, build as we go and stuff. Okay. Now, believe it or not, it's asked me to put an arch behind here. Okay, so this little piece goes right there. So sometimes I'll look at the picture and I'm not even paying attention to what's actually being built. I'll see a part, go, what kind of part goes there? And it's like, no. And there's a lot of green pieces, though. Here's the deal, guys and gals. You get this set. This is not something you want to buy just for parts. Now, like I said, I'll part it out for my own stuff, but well, we don't know yet. I haven't even done anything. I may keep it. We don't know. Usually the slimy reviews are the ones I kind of just hurry up and get rid of real quick and just be like, you know. Yes, you may hear some traffic noise in the background because I have the window. Like I said, it's a rainy day, and it is like 60-something degrees, close to 70 degrees. It's not even cold. When we get rain here, it's not cold rain. It's very warm. Very seldom we'll ever have cold rain. And the nights and in the days that usually get in the 20s or the 30s where it's freezing, it's perfectly clear. Clear as a bell. So that's kind of how the weather is out here. Okay. Room. Okay. Alright, well that just came apart. Hopefully we'll strengthen that up. And these are pretty cool. And never thought about using these for terrain. I have a couple as I think in gray. So we just shove that there and just press that down. So I have a feeling this set, since if it's not stickered at all, this is going to be a very high-end build. Very high-end. You know, I'm always for high-end builds and stuff, you know. I mean, even a city set, they can make city sets high-end builds. Like, I think they did the slushy truck. Even if it was stickered, it was pretty decent for what it was. And I'm trying to find, you know, I should put the phone, because it's getting in my way here. I'm trying to think of a stand to put it on. I'll say somebody help me here, but I don't know. So let's see here. So if you hear rattling of parts, guys and gals, I'm trying my best. Somebody will let me know how bad it is. We'll try a mix and see here. All right. Really surprised they haven't brought tiles out that fit that yet, quarter rounds, instead of using the small pieces. But hey, I ain't gonna complain. All right, and then we need some of these arch pieces. These come in white. So yes, we're going to be going through the whole entire build. Everything here will be documented. There'll be nothing that will be left out or censored or anything. And like I said, I'm going to keep the segments very short, so there could be 10 segments or maybe 15 segments to this whole installment series. So we don't know. Right now, your guess is as good as mine. You know, if you're not a fan of long videos, this probably won't be one for you. But I'm going to probably dump everything in a playlist for the ASMR viewers who like to just listen to me and stuff, or just use this as a background filler, so you can just play it and without any you know, interruptions and stuff. So far, it's pretty good. I wonder what part of that is there. Like, what part does this castle go to here? Yeah, when I was little, I used to kind of imagine myself in these builds, like taking a tour, like going through them and see what's inside of these. And that kind of thing. I think they're using these in place of 1x4 bricks. I think because the castle's got majority of those. Okay, I took care of that. This goes here, and one goes here. Oh yeah, but my trip though is going to be consistent of a surfboard. I am going to relax. In fact, I'm going to have to drag out the old wetsuit and see if it's still pretty good. Haven't used it in a while. I've been conditioning it and stuff, but I want to make sure that it's not rotted apart or anything. Okay, I think we're missing a brick there. Okay, we are. We'll just press that down now. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I hope I got it right. Yes, I did. See, right here is kind of hard to mush all that in there. Sometimes you get these big pieces, they're hard to fly. So like right there, sometimes you have to pick it up and just kind of mush them down. And if you got arthritis in your hands, it's probably not good. Mine's just, I haven't experienced any major arthritis yet, so I'm not too worried about it. Alrighty, and then there's a stud flower that goes here. Okay, so far I'm liking the terrain of this. It's got a nice terrain feel. This is something we'd use in the backcountry camping or something like that. So at most, even if you just download the building guide for your own personal build, you could probably just use the base of this castle for something else. Maybe a mountain home or something. I don't know. And I forgot to put some tiles. I think I skipped a page. No, I just forgot to put the 3 tiles above here. Might be for a sliding door, too. So, I don't know how I'm going to divide 3 bags up into this set. Like I said, an hour, hour and a half at the most, and that's it. And I don't know what happened to the last tile, unless the phone ate it. It shows 3 of these. Oh, there it is. Now you see why, guys and gals, I did not want to do an unboxing on this set, because this is just enough than it is. So if somebody wants to watch the unboxing, they'll have to come here to get the full flavor of it. Okay. Yeah, you'll have to pick that up to lift this up, put the plates in here, but it's pretty sturdy. So it's not going to flake apart, because I've noticed what we're doing here is as we place the plates down, then we fortify everything up with bricks on top. So yeah. But as far as for filming the installments, my goal is to probably do probably 5 bags per installment. And stuff like that. So, yeah. And I'll also be stopping throughout the build, too. Whoops. That one almost got away from me. And these go like that. Okay, it's supposed to be like some kind of little workbench, I think. It's like it's 2 studs away from here, so I think this goes up against the edge right here. That'd make a great little window or a mantle for a fireplace, huh? And at least the book's got everything highlighted here, but it's red. This right here is kind of confusing right here. I had to skip the next page. And I think you're supposed to put it like this. And then stick this here. Yeah, and there's supposed to be a stud flower here. So I may forget a few pieces and steps. That's why I'm checking my work, because this is not going to be something we can get done in a day. And yeah, don't expect this to be done all in one day. What I'm planning on doing with this build is when I get them done and edited, I'm going to post them up quickly. Just for that purpose. All right, this is going to get a little complicated here. So let's start on this side here. We'll work our way around, because I'm kind of lost here. And here we come around here with this. So yeah, you're going to have to really just, I mean, of course, you wouldn't want to rush through this. So if you get this set, this is exactly what that is. I did get a question asked, though. Jay, would you have bought this set? If you weren't in the ambassador thing, probably so, because I'm always into more of the large, relaxing builds. Like this is a build that I can build right out of the box. I don't have to go in and plan tutorials and parts list and stuff. All right, I think we nailed all that out of there. Okay, so we're doing a bunch of these here. And these look like they're just stepping stones, maybe a grassy path or something that's coming out of here. So we're going to have to slowly piece this together here. And I can always use round tiles too. Maybe these are supposed to be like patches of grass or something. And this is kind of where I get my ideas from. Like, I'll see an idea from a set like this. I'm like, that may work good for one of my builds. And I'll just, you know, when I go back and through these, I'll actually take notes of what pages or where some ideas are at. And I'll just note them down and then see if I can retrofit it for my own stuff. That kind of thing. And that goes there. And this one goes here. We got some nice rock terrain built up here. Okay. Making sure. And it's all with sets this size. If you're watching this, going, I don't know if I can handle this build. Yes, you can. You know, take your time. There's no rush, no need to rush through this. Just take a big breath and say, okay, I'm going to do this. And that's how you do it. All right. And there's a plate that goes up here. Could be a secret door too. Okay, and then we have a 2x2 here. And yeah, this one's got a lot of wedge plates, great for terrains. I mean, look at that. Not sure what, maybe there's a little water fountain or something that goes in there. We don't know yet. Just checking my work, because I don't want to have to come back and think, oh, where did these 5 million pieces go? You know, all right. So I'm expecting this to be a highly playable model, highly fun to mess around with. Great for just for messing around all around, kind of having fun with it, just to explore it. This will make a great exploration video. And there it is. Let's say a white brick. Where did that go? I think that goes there. And that's it. So this step didn't have a lot. How can these walls fit together? There's a magic at work here never seen before. Oh. No, that's what it says right here. How can these walls fit together? There's a magical of work never seen before. So they're using the hinge bricks, which I've done, just messing around with and to make things work. All right. Oh, I'm sitting on a bag. So, you know, very rarely, but I'm craving for a pizza right now. That does sound good. All right. I'm kind of reaching around the power cord here, trying to get around the cord, and I have nowhere to tie it to. I need to put like a clamp or something to tie it to, or maybe I could just do that. It's just that rubbing against my skin irritates me, and I'm like, no, I don't like that. So, like, this hand's on the other side of the camera. I'm actually sitting off to the side here. This is not an easy build to do on video. All right. Okay. So, when you talk about price of a Lego set, usually it just depends on the quality of the build. All right. So it goes like this. Well, I got one end in there. Oh, there we go, like that. No, it's not like that. It goes like that. Let me do a top view. That's what it's supposed to look like. So the hinges are supposed to be like that. So you can see right there. They use a little geometry there. Remember the triangle 3, 4, 5? That's what they did. If you've ever took geometry, so that's what they did. And that's what those tiles were for there. So as you can see, that's pretty seamless there. That's really good. And you don't see those annoying holes here too on the side. So far, that's pretty good. All right. And I think that's it for now. We got more of these things here to put on here. Yeah, I got a nice little rock face on that too. And I'll read all the stuff out here if I remember. I'll try my best, or you could download a copy of the guide and you can just follow along with it if you so desire to do so. All right. Now we got to place a bunch of these little flower things in here, I guess, like for little plants or moss on the rocks. Put this happy little moss right here. Right there. And this last one goes right here. All right, now we're gonna rotate. So obviously looks like we got ourselves a way to get up here. Building this stuff, though, I don't know exactly what I'm doing in terms of, like, what are we building? Like, what's the point? A nice little lattice window. Okay. So I'm expecting this to be a very fun set to play with. Well, maybe I should have put the other plate in there first. And a couple of these jumper plates here. And yes, guys and gals, it's sad, but you're going to have to pay the bucks for the really good stuff. I'm not pushing Lego or promoting them or anything like that in that sense, but you just have to do it here. There's some text here. Looks like someone sat in the 1x1 brick, or have they stretched a plate? Looks like someone sat on a 1x1 brick, or have they stretched a plate? Oh, they're referring to this one. Yeah, so this is kind of cool. At least they're getting us a little humor in here and stuff. And no, I don't read out loud very well. I have to read it several times for it to make sense. That's the problem about having autism. Sometimes I have to go through it a billion times just for my brain to click in. I don't know how I got out of college. But I didn't have to read out loud. I just read to myself and then took my time. Speaking of that, I had a job offer for teaching at one of our high schools. And we all hear about the shootings and stuff going on, and I thought, and I got contact one of my colleagues about it, and they want to know if I want the position. I just happily declined. I said, no. I said, not until you guys make them safe. I'm not wasting my time. I said, I'll just keep doing my boring programming job. It's safer. And I'm not trying to be mean like that, but it's like I don't feel like dealing with all that. They wanted me to work a semester, and I was like, yeah, That's an interesting tabletop. Now if you get Lego to bring out some 3x3 flat tiles, it would be perfect. So that's actually a nice little table there. Something you see in the medieval times too. All right. And we are just about done with bag 2 here. Looks like we got ourselves a feast on the table. So we'll start setting all the plates on there. Okay. Got some of these little, if I can even pick them up, little cereal bowls or teacups. Maybe more like cereal bowls. I'm never a fan of sticking these on a crack in a brick or a plate because they might fall off. There we go. And the leafy piece goes here with some cherries on top. That looks pretty cool, huh? Looks yummy. I don't know what we're having for lunch here. Maybe some cabbage and a croissant. Well, let me just pop that out of there. Well, I have to do that. I have to get up and stretch my back here in a second because I get tired of sitting down after a while. I do that at my day job. I don't want to do that here. So I'll have to stretch my legs a bit. And that is what we have remaining for bag 2. And yeah, pretty much what it is. Okay, now let's move on to bag 3. Looks like we're building more of everything, including a minifigure. So that should be a treat. Now, let's see what's in this bag here. Just like the unboxing, but more extended. Alright, we got bags within bags there. Now, I'm just dumping these all out right now just to hurry up and don't have to deal with bags. Oh, and by the way, when you're doing your unbaggings for your builds, some people may accidentally do this. I've done it a handful of times. Hold your bags up to light just to make sure there's no parts kind of loitering in the bag. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We got to put together the minifigure first. And we'll just pull all the parts out. I've seen those a few times. Not in that color, but... And now I'm looking for the head. I got these pieces here. And the head is yellow, so it should be very easy to see. Unless there's another bag 3 that I'm missing, because I don't see... Well, let's just start with the build. The minifigure is very plain Jane. Maybe there is another bag 3, because I don't see it in here. Here's the wig in this. And yes, this is probably going to be my only gripe about this set. There should just be one bag 3, everything contained in there, because I may have to go into the other room, which is going to be the new Lego room, and look for bag 3. So, like right now, I found the flames for the candle. And let's just start working. We find the parts, we find the parts. If I'm missing a bag, then I will take care of that. Okay. Well, I'm having a hard time putting that in there. Sometimes parts will show up eventually. So there's a candle just randomly sitting in there. I don't know. I don't know, really. Let's see here. And then we're working on it like this here. So, yeah, let's just keep going here. I think I've already filmed like 45 minutes, so once I film enough, that's it. I'm not going to do any more. Okay. Because it's easier to edit an hour, hour and a half video. I don't need to be doing like 4 or 5 hours of solid editing. You know, that kind of gets Why didn't we stick a regular 1x8 in there? That's what we've been doing lately. And a holder brick. All right. So far I haven't seen the minifigure parts yet, or I'm just looking too hard. Of course, their heads, usually they roll around too. They could be caught in the bag. I don't even see the legs though. Oh, here's the legs right here. Okay, so we're slowly piecing together. I think this is a she, or maybe it's a dude, I can't tell. So we don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know everything, guys and gals, so I don't know. Yeah, this kind of gives me an old castle set feel because this has got a lot of gray bricks. And what I've heard is Lego did not bring out a gray castle because they thought people were going to build tanks and stuff out of all these pieces. Like, you know, which I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to build any of that war stuff either. Because for me, I'd rather just build stuff like this. Okay. Alright, so this here, says stick that tile in there. How do you get that in there? You just have to rotate until you get that in there. Oh, I was going to say, how would you get the tile out? Well, that's how you do it. There's a cross axle in there. And this sits in here. What is this? Is this a sunken bathtub or something? Is that where we're taking our baths out in there? Alright. I still don't see the minifigure head. But I do see... in fact, I don't see much of anything here. I'm looking for a 1x1 of this. And I don't see it in here at all. Oh, there it is. Okay, I've seen these in earth green, but not in dark green. Okay, so this goes here. So yeah, the one thing I'm looking for is detail in the build. Okay, so just by absorbing what we've done so far, and this is a pretty cool idea. They use this holder, stuck that upside down. We're going to stick a candle in there, like for a little bit, like this candle's burnt down. Not too bad. And this goes here. So I'm just going to say it with this model here, you're not going to be short on detail at all. Looks like it's just one of everything. Okay. All right. That goes there. Alrighty. Oh, that one's a little crooked. Okay, let's start with this guy here. Yeah, big pieces, and what am I doing? Lily hunting for small stuff right now. Okay, so this is probably going to be used to hold tools. Reddish brown, gotta be careful, it may break. Still have not seen that head yet. I have another castle set if I'm missing the head, but I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen that piece. I'll have to check the bags. Of course, it's still a lot of pieces up here too, so of course it could have rolled under the phone. No, it never did. Sorry, Mr. Phone listeners, if you're... It depends on what recording device am I using here. Alright, so... let's start pulling this stuff out. Another one of those dark green leaf pieces. Of course, the head could have rolled on the floor too. And I got poly bags around me. I'm saving the poly bags for little interlude builds between the main build here. You know, I'd get bored real easy if I had to sit here and do this all in one sitting. So, okay, that takes care of that. And then we need one of those pieces with the plate with the top holder. Okay, I need the slope in this. Yeah, I still don't see that mini figurehead. I'll have to check. Oh, it's these fist things. But they use that for water. I'll show you here when I find the plate. You could probably see it from the manual right here because you could see part of the book. So, well, we got a meat cleaver that's in pearl silver and a spoon. Must be the butcher shop. I'm looking for that plate there. All right, what happens when I can't find something? I'll have to start sorting pieces out with a butter container. Unfortunately, all my containers are being used for sorting parts because I'm starting to deconstruct and part out the other sets. So they just use this as a little water piece to trickle down right there. This goes in here. I'm thinking about getting me an eyelet attached to this table to keep that power cord from my light going from behind there, because after a while hearing it rub up against the wall is just irritating me. All right. We've done all that. We need a 4 and a 3. All right, and then we have 2 profile bricks and that's it. Looks pretty good to me. I may be missing something, I don't know. All right, now we got to do a sub-step. Okay. So yeah, at least now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to have to check those bags here in a bit. I don't know what kind of head. If not, I'll just use some generic head for it. I mean, there is a chance that Lego could have forgot to pack one of these in here. Would I request a part? No, I'm not going to worry about it. From what I'm gathering, what this is probably a stove. Now, I'm going to need a couple of these nose cones for a project. Not for this, not out of this set though, but I just thought of a tutorial that I need them for, and well, if worse comes to worse, but I think I may have more than enough. You know, guess me, those Super Mario sets don't come with one of these, but this set did. That just tells you the quality of the builds. I know some of you mentioned about seems like Lego's been lacking on certain things. Yeah, they have. Where you get sets like this, they're expensive, but they're not lacking in quality, obviously. I guess it's supposed to be like our stove or something. And I just thought of something too. I have a feeling I'm going to get called for jury duty this year, which I am not looking forward to. But I always take off anyways because of business. That's a 1x2. We have a regular one here. It's almost like I'm missing a bag though, but maybe they're 1x1s. Okay, they're 1x1s. You can't tell on this manual here. Well, now I got to find the other one. Oh, there it is. So it looks like this is some sort of stove. Oh, it is. Okay, because we're going to stick the arch tiles around it. Wouldn't you use another color other than white for this since it's a castle? Okay, why doesn't that fit in there? Oh, wait a minute. I think I made a mistake here. I got to peel that off. And that's my first really mistake. It's like, why doesn't that tile fit in there? No, you got to put the plates in here next. Then we'll stick this back on here like that. And like that. There we go. And those are 3x3 flat tile with bow. That's Lego calls them a flat tile with bow. There we go. Now we got ourselves something. We got a little bit of a squared off area there. Too bad they didn't have a way to plan that out. I would have used one of those plates with the 2 studs on the front. And then this goes right here. Sits right there. So that's what the flat tiles were there for. I thought maybe there was going to be a sliding door there, but no, that's what that is right there. All right, let me see here. Let me see about the head in there. There's bag number 3, and that's why I always say I throw the bags on the ground. Well, I think they may have shortchanged me ahead. I mean, it was given to me, so I'm not going to complain too much, but I have to dig through my own bin. Or did it roll way over here? That's exactly what happened. Oh, so it's a him, not a her. Well, you wouldn't know with the hair. That's actually a dude. Okay. Okay, well now we found the missing head. All right. So proceeding on, I got a couple of these. You're not sure, just start separating things here. Okay, that goes there. Let's get the 1x8. We'll start right here and work our way around. And we have an arch, 1x3 arch. Okay, that doesn't look too bad right there, huh? So far the camera's been behaving, I think because I thunked it hard enough. Once I can figure out what's causing the noise, if I get gutsy and go in there and fix it, it'll be fine. And okay, we need another hinge here. Okay, we don't need another hinge right now. I'll need it later though. I'm kind of jumping ahead on steps here. We need a profile brick here. And I'm assuming that the profile part sticks outside, and of course 2 of these right here. This must be like the little water area for the kitchen. So now it's not a bathroom. I thought maybe it was. I don't know, maybe because of it's a kitchen. That's a kitchen sink. And that looks like it's really pouring in there, huh? Now we know what that is. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. Alright, now we can come in here and proceed on. And I need another one of those arch pieces. If I can find it. It should be in here. Well, there it is, right there. Set that right there. And a couple of 1x3s. Lego, please make more profile bricks in different sizes. A lot of us would be appreciative over that. I know I would. Oh, there's stairs going up there. I didn't see it because I'm at a different angle. Okay, so you climb up here. So what's up here? I mean, is that going to be the princess's chambers? We don't know. Maybe she's got to live off the kitchen. Unless she needs a late night snack or something. I mean, that's the best place to have your bedroom is off the kitchen. Maybe I should put the camera at a different angle. I may do that in the next installment. Okay, we just got done with this. Okay, we need to wrap around here now. Okay, hold on. We're not supposed to put that hinge together. I got to take this guy and set it like that. Yeah, right. Well, now that explains it all. I was like, wait, what am I doing there, you know? Now I know. Okay. All right, let's do the sub-step first. Ooh, those are dark brown studs. Cool. Well, those are... I've heard some people saying even dark brown's starting to get pretty brittle. And I'm like, oh, please don't say that. You know, that's all we need is brittle dark brown here. Let me get this under here set up so I can lean on this without flying up. And before anybody asks, yes, I have Lego bins stuffed underneath this counter to raise it up a bit higher. Crooked, sloppy. Okay. Then, okay, this lines up with this. I'm taking it that there's probably going to... This is probably going to be a latching mechanism for the other part of the castle. I don't know yet because I haven't got far with that. Don't know. I don't know right now. I don't know anything because the only thing I know right now is that we're still building. But I'm really excited I'm building this one. I mean, this is how you should feel when you're getting a new Lego set in general. Like, you're just excited. You want to build. It's not depressing. This is what you want to do. And that's it for that. Oh, we got a tile up here. Okay. And, you know, the tile stairs are pretty cool, but when I build my stuff, I try to stay away from tile stairs. Just when you want to attach minifigures to the steps. We need to put this hinge together and put that there. All right. And profile brick. And more, I almost said a bad word. Oh, we got to make two of those hinges too. Okay, well, I got to find the other one. I know I put one together. Oh, there it is right there. How silly of me. And when I'm talking about cracks, I'm talking about this opening here. Too bad you can't find a way to fill this little hole in here. That's the only thing. All right, looks like that's it for that. And kind of wish they built the whole thing out of profile bricks. It would look pretty cool. Okay. This is napping weather right now. Like it's, I guess the rain stopped or the light sprinkles. So yeah, so far, just for what I'm putting together here, I'm really happy with this. I mean, this is, you know, you get what you paid for, right? You've heard that with bad things. You hear it with good things too. You get what you paid for. And I know this stuff's expensive and stuff. Now, like I said, they didn't give this to me. I have a friend that's building this, and she said the build experience is pretty good, and that's what I usually look for. As long as the build experience is good, that's what I usually shoot for. And yes, you got to put that there that hangs over that edge. Okay, not too bad, not too bad at all. I'm liking this thing. Oh, that's pretty interesting. So we're making some sort of shelving system with jars and stuff on there. So let's get going on that. So in addition to checking the viewfinder, I also got to check the phone. Like I said, though, once I figure out how to set the phone up right, I shouldn't have any noise, but I haven't checked the recordings yet until after this filming session has ended. So I really won't know. And like I've already filmed well over an hour's worth of video on this, so I think we're probably going to have to just do an hour. I'm not going to zone it off to bags. I don't want to be here just doing bag after bag after bag, because I want to enjoy this build, so I'm not going to rush through it real quick. So it may take 2 weeks to finish this whole build up, but at least it's enjoyable. All right, I'm looking for another one of those transparent green. No, that's a wine glass. And I'm looking for a gold brown brick. Did that roll off, or is it just nougat? Oh, we're using nougat. I keep thinking that's gold. There we go. And then this sits right in here. Ooh, I like that. Look how nice that looks. That fills this in. So far, this is playable. This is, I would say right now, if I just dead stop right now, this is done. It's playable. So it's a 10 out of 10. Are those turnips or carrots? If only they didn't share similar color. Yep, so they're using the white carrots as turnips. So we got to make 2 of these, and they hang right here. So that's what you do with your vegetables. You hang them. Where's the other one at, huh? Oh, there it is. I don't think Lego would have gave us one of those as an extra. Yes, I think this is the kitchen. And there is... Oh, I was like, how do they put that on? Is that dark green or earth green? It is. Got to get some more of those. It'd be great for plant parts. So that's what you do there. I'm always looking for foliage pieces so I can order a few up for builds. And that's it for the kitchen there. I mean, just with that so far, guys and gals, that's a lot of detail. We don't even know what's going up there yet, but I'm assuming it's probably the pretzels, because that's what we have here. No, we got the tools up here. So I'm just going to flat out say it. If you have a chance to, if you got some extra coin laying around, I mean, I literally would get this set. Because so far my build experience is really good. Of course, we haven't finished the build yet, so if you're hesitant on buying this and you want to wait till I'm done, you're more than welcome to. I'm sure there's probably a billion other reviews on YouTube right now for this. Remember, with my reviews, though, I just kind of go in and we just talk about the good, bad, and ugly here. Well, so far I found a couple of good things about the set. Well, mostly good. I don't think I found anything that's ugly. So far, the bad thing is the numbering of the bags. Yes, that's an ore there. And we got to put some stuff here on this little shelf here. So I think in the next installment, we will change the angle here, and that'll be it. I don't like doing it mid-flight, especially when the camera's acting up and you don't want to risk moving it. Okay, and then we got some pretzels hanging off the wall here. And these just hook. I think that's how they're supposed to sit in there. They show them like that, but I can't get mine to sit down. Oh, there we go. Okay. How do you put that in there? Stick it like this, I think. Like that. And it'll just hang over like that. Let me me see here. That's what they do. Okay. All right. Lots of accessories in there. I mean, just this is not a cheap build. This is not flimsy. It's not. You're not going to get cheated out of a build experience here. Especially when I'm sitting here talking about nothing but positive praises. And no, it's not because Lego gave this to me. Because it is keeping my interest. I want to build a Lego house right now. Okay? And I got a bunch of other things I want to build. But this is keeping my interest. So I'm obviously not, I don't feel like I'm being shortchanged. This is not like a Mario set where I feel like I'm just kind of wasting time here. Okay. Stick that there. So how do I do the thumbnail on these is when I'm done with the build, we will focus on just the thumbnail for the stuff built in this session. That's how I usually do the thumbs on this, let everybody know. This is the Lion, I think this is the Lion Knight's Castle, Lion King's Castle, I already forgot. And so far, build experience has been pretty good. It's not terrible or anything. It's got a lot of detail for what it is. And I think this goes here. And also the pieces. There is some small pieces, but there's also large pieces in here. You're not building a micro build. This is minifigure scaled. So this is obviously meant to be played with. You know, who would spend $400 on a set? For me, if it's highly playable, I can have fun messing around with it. Yes, it's worth it if it's got a good source of parts. $400 for 4,500 pieces. That's probably less than 10 cents a piece. Not too terribly bad. And then there's a tile that goes here. I really kind of want to see what goes up here, though. Well, I think we're going to stop after this because we're already getting to this point now where I'm going to need to empty the camera out and edit. So yeah, I would honestly say so far that I'm 100% pleased with this build. This is not cheap at all here. And that's it. We have a spoon though. Did I ever hang the spoon up in there? Yes, I did. So that's what the kitchen looks like inside. Obviously nicer than some kitchens I've been into. I like the water right there. I like where the stairs, you can just barely see the stairs right there wrap around like that. And so far the outside is kind of plain. Of course, it's just one piece. This is, so far I'm happy. I'm not depressed. I'm not angry with it or anything. It is what it is. And this session here is about 30 minutes. I think I've already filmed over an hour's worth. So that's what's remaining for bag 3. And so in the next installment, we'll be doing bag 4. Looks like we got Robin Hood. And we'll see what we have for 4 next. It doesn't really tell us. Okay, so 4 we're actually doing the My Apologies here. Looks like it's the 2nd floor. So yeah, I think we're in for a treat with this one, guys and gals. So stay tuned. I'll have the next installment up, well, when I get it filmed.